Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
So I've got, there's 5 things that I think I stand for leadership, and I won't go over all 5 because we don't have time.
But tell us.
The first one for me is know who you are and what you stand for, and I think that's really important because it's about authenticity, but it's also about quick decision making. And if you don't know what you stand for, as a CEO, you get swamped with, and it's probably the thing I notice most as a CEO is that I had hundreds and hundreds of decisions to make every day. And if I wasn't able to have a set of principles that I judged them by, I would have not been able to make decisions. I would have been paralysed by that. That's kind of how am I going to answer this? So knowing who you are and what you stand for is really important. So for me, that's number 1. Maybe I'll do 2 or 3.
Yes, please. I think we can do 5, right? I will just waive the questions.
So the second thing for me is, as I mentioned before, to build a burning desire, not a burning platform. And that's about the optimism you need in an organisation. Without that optimism, there's no chance of survival, I don't think. The third thing for me is a very simple principle, but a very important principle, and the phrasing of it's probably not quite right, but that it's okay to be better off, but you can never be better than. And to me, that's a really important principle that I think as a leader in a business, there's nothing wrong with recognising that you are better off, you're getting paid well, you're getting rewarded, but equally it's incredibly important to know that you can never be better than the other people in the organisation. And so I always spend a lot of time with the people in our call centre. I always spend a lot of time with the more junior people in the organisation. Even tonight, before I came here, I called a very junior person who used to work for me, who I know has an illness now. And I think just that recognition that you need to have that humanity, bring that humanity to work is really important. The fourth thing, which actually touches on a number of things we've spoken about, and this is actually a quote from Hillary Clinton, I believe, who says, follow the trend lines, not the headlines. And to me, particularly in a very public organisation, that's really important because you'll hear a whole bunch of feedback, you read about your company in the news, there's a whole bunch of pressure to change what you're doing. And just being willing to say, actually, I'm just going to follow the trend line and I'm going to have that calm equanimity of spirit where I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing as long as I know it's right. And I'm going to stop people from overreacting, keep them on the steady path, I think is one of the most important traits in a leader. And then the final thing, my 5th thing I think is very important, is what I call being match fit. And I think that's about, as an individual, the self-care and making sure that you maintain a level of health and well-being, but also as an organisation, making sure the organisation is always driving to be as fit as it can be so it's agile and able to adapt. So that's my 5.